We're going to move on to the volume of a pyramid. To do that, we're going to start with a prism. And we're going to take that prism and cut it into equal pyramids. Equal pyramids meaning that they will have the same base area and they will have the same height. And looking at this, we can see that a pyramid is not half a prism. A pyramid is 1/3 of a prism. It takes these three pyramids to cover the same volume as this prism. Common misconception is that a pyramid is just half a prism. But it turns out to be 3 pyramids for one prism. And again, notice they all have the same base area. They all have the same height, and that's what makes them equal. So our pyramid volume formula looks very similar to our prism formula with one difference. That factor of 1/3. Capital B still represents the area of the pyramid's base. Capital H represents the height of the pyramid. We have to be a little careful because pyramids have 2 heights. For volume, we use the vertical height. We do not use the slant height. Slant height is used for surface area. Only time we would need the slant height is if we need it to help us find the vertical height. A couple of examples. Let's find the volume of this pyramid. We know it's 1/3 base area times vertical height. Our base area is going to be the area of a triangle. And our vertical height. So we have the area of a triangle times height of the pyramid. Base of our pyramid, this triangle, we have this base value here. This should have been marked as a right angle. So that's the height of our triangle that makes up the base. So our triangle is 6 by 5. Our pyramid height is 10. And it looks like our volume is going to be 50 cubic meters once we multiply all that together. Volume of a pyramid, very straightforward. One more pyramid example, and I threw surface area on this one so we can see the difference in using the slant height and using the vertical height. Also, we're missing the vertical height, so we need to find that as well. So let's begin with surface area. We have, it appears, a square base. We have 4 congruent triangles. So our surface area, we are square base plus those 4 triangles. Our square area our triangle area, half base height of each triangle. Here we use our slanted height, the height of this triangle. And our surface area is going to be 144 plus, it's going to come out to be 504 square feet. Surface area, still square units. Volume. We know it's 1/3 the area. Whoa, that's wrong. 1/3 times our base shape area, which is still our square. But now we need the vertical height. There's our vertical height. From the vertex straight down to the center of this square. We don't know what that is, so we need to find it. We know that's a right angle because it's straight down from the top. Better make a right angle with the floor. We also know it's the center of the square, so it's the middle. If I imagine that we come out to here, or if I imagine we just draw a line this way, that's the midpoint of that line. So we know that this is 6. Here's essentially what we have. There's the length along the floor, which is half the length of the square. Here's our vertical height. And here is our slant height of 15. That hypotenuse, the hypotenuse of this triangle, here's the capital H, here's the side of the square, and then going back up to the top, this slant height creates a hypotenuse of this triangle. So we have a right triangle. Using the Pythagorean theorem to find capital H, we get that something got messed up here. We get that H, capital H, is the square root of 189. And that breaks down three square root of 21. So there's our vertical height. 3 square root of 21. Not the prettiest number, but we'll have to live with it. So now we have 1/3 times 12 squared, which is 144, multiply by 3. Well, the 1/3 and the 3 will cancel. 12 squared. And then we have our volume. Since we don't have any rounding directions, we leave it as an exact answer. 144 square root of 21 square feet. Sorry, cubic feet. Volume, cubic feet. 144 square root of 21 cubic feet. Sometimes you need to use the slant height to find the vertical height. Last example, that of a cone. Cone is like a pyramid, just like a cylinder is like a prism. It takes 3 cones to create one cylinder. So our cone volume is our cylinder volume multiplied by a third. Just like our pyramid volume is 1/3 of a prism. One third pi radius squared times 18. Multiplying this out, we'll end up with 294 pi. No units on this one, so we can leave it blank. Or if you want to put u cubed or units cubed, you can do that. Just don't put the exponent like that. That is not correct, because now you are saying take that number to the 3rd power. If you require a unit, because you can't sleep at night, you can put a u cubed there, just to create a generic unit. I typically leave that off. 294 pi, the units cubed then is implied. So that is volume of a pyramid, volume of a cone.